Alrighty folks, back at it again with another unboxing. Doing the giant gecko transition. We have 1, 2, 3 packages here today with one more still coming. Quite a lot of geckos that are coming here. DVCB Exotic. So we've got all of these bad boys right here. I'm trying to figure out which one. I think we'll do it in order, so I bought this one first, that one next. So we're gonna start with this one right here. Now these guys are absolutely awesome. Going back into the more kind of like a display type animal feel, this is a species that I have been really, I don't like these pouches. I know they're more secure for the label, but it's impossible to cut through and it makes it very difficult. I have really been digging these geckos for a while, and this is a species where I've been thinking about, you know what, I think I wanna actually jump the gun and get into this. It seems a little bit more on the niche, obscure end. They don't seem to be a very popular pet, and I kinda wanna change that. And that's really something that I've thought about for a long time when I wanted, but even before I started the transition into geckos. This is something that I thought about, as I don't wanna work with just any old gecko. I'm not looking at picking up a bunch of more crested geckos, leopard geckos, African fat tails, things like that, the popular species. I wanted to get more into the obscure stuff, the underrated stuff, the stuff that people aren't really talking about, and I wanted to use my platform, while it might not be the biggest, it still is a platform at the end of the day. And I wanted to use that to showcase how amazing these geckos can be, and how you don't just need to get the same old crested gargoyle leopard gecko. You can keep going. There's plenty of gecko species out there. I mean, I've been doing reptiles for a long time, folks. Over 5 years now, and there are still gecko species even today that I'm just now seeing and thinking to myself, wow, I really need that gecko species. You can see that the gecko room is definitely going to fill up and get bigger and bigger as time goes on. It's going to be incredible, guys. All right, so we got this out. We got this going on. We got a nice little flyer right here. What do we got here? What do we got here? I like showing off. Okay, so this comes thanks to you from Chung. Well, I'm gonna zoom in on the print. Chung Reptiles. He specializes in quite a few things. Cool little sticker, very nice. A flyer for some Eco Earth, cocoa chips. Hey, I am looking for cocoa chips. This might be my thing. Oh, all right, you know what? Maybe we'll get some cocoa chips up from them as well. I don't know. All right, guys, let's check out this unboxing. Let's check these guys out. So like I said, I wanted to get, now this isn't like the really obscure stuff. Let me correct that. You know, we're not getting like some crazy stuff that no one's ever heard about. No, but these are gonna be more lines of geckos that are, nice heat pack, looking good. These are geckos that aren't looked at as much as the geckos that we discussed a little bit earlier. So let's see what we got. Oh man, I can't get enough of these guys. I love these things, they're so cute, man. Alrighty folks, so continuing on with the trend, we have a sexually pair of day geckos, the Madagascar giant day geckos. Now these aren't the crimson line of day geckos that we showed off a little bit earlier. These are actually going to be just the regular Madagascar giant, so we are working with both types of geckos. These things are awesome. I have really enjoyed day geckos for a long time, and it's something that I really wanted to get into, but it was always that stereotype of the day gecko being a display only pet. It always gets out, it's crazy, you can never find it if it gets out, it's too fast. And you know what? Here on the channel, we've been debunking all these stereotypes with their negative implied reptiles. We've done it with the carpet python. We've done a lot of work with the toki gecko, shining the toki gecko in a positive light. And I wanted to take day geckos and do the same exact thing, because honestly, even with the few weeks that I've had my crimson pair of day geckos, they're absolutely awesome. They're not this skittish, flighty thing. If anything, my standing eyes are a lot more skittish than my day geckos. My day geckos are absolutely just calm. They don't try to run off. Although we did have one attempt where one ran off, but they're a lot calmer than what you expect. When you hear about the day gecko, you think, wow, these geckos are just running around, they're maniacs, they look like they're on crack, whatever the stereotype is. They're actually pretty cool, and they're very, very awesome to watch in captivity and just check them out and have them do their own thing. So let's show these guys off. Here is the male. My God, just take a look at those bright, bright colors. That is a fluorescent green, a neon green if I've ever seen one. Absolutely beautiful, seems to be in great shape. Chung Reptiles really gave me a great pair of these guys. They look awesome, man. Oh man, I cannot with their, look at, Look at that little face, my guy. You cannot tell me this is one of the cutest gecko species you have seen. I mean, they're freaking adorable. All right, so we got the male. The female made a little bit of an oopsies, or what looks like to be a lot of oopsies. Here is the female. You can see it's condensing. We gotta get these guys out here pretty soon. You never want them to... Oh man, great shot. Absolutely great shot of the female. Look at these guys. Blown away by the colors. These are perfect green, man. I want to check these out for a minute. Screw the camera. Look at that. This one's almost like a lime color. Like she has some like yellow hues to her. It's not just like constant green. Wow. Just take a look at that. Let's get another zoom in. Take a look at that, guys. Absolutely incredible. These guys are so cool, man. Wow, I'm blown away. Day geckos, you know, not many people talk about them too much. No one's really talking about, you know, day geckos. And personally for me, I think it's gonna be a rising trend where day geckos are gonna start going up and we're gonna see a lot more people working with them and just enjoying them in their own collection. And I wanted to get on it. I wanted to get on the forefront and showcase these guys in a positive light because really, I mean, they're absolutely stunning. These brilliant greens, they're a very interactive reptile as showcasing. So like, they're not gonna be one of those geckos that kind of just stands there. And it really shown in a lot of the day gecko species, both with the crimson, now we've got the Madagascar giants, and we also have the standing eye. They're always on the move. They're always moving around, checking you out. They're very aware of their surroundings and aware of you. And I just think that makes it awesome. I really, over these past couple of weeks, ever since we started getting these geckos, I have found myself just wandering into the reptile room 5, 6, 7 times a day. Just because I want to look at these geckos. I just want to go in and check out the gecko shelf. All the different gecko species, I want to watch them interact with each other, run around, move around, feeding them, things like that. I really just find myself wanting to be in there 24/7 at this point, just because of these geckos right here. But alrighty, folks, we don't want these guys in that for too long. Looks like we got some poop going on, some condensation, not good for their lungs. Let's get these guys out. We're gonna be putting them in temporary enclosures like all the rest, and then we'll be transitioning into PVC once the PVC enclosures come. Again, like an 8-week lead time. It's gonna be a bit, especially with Christmas season, it might be a little longer. These temporary enclosures will be completely fine for them. They're gonna have no problem chilling in them. And yeah, let's go get these guys into their brand new homes. Oakley dokley, folks. It is a couple days later, or maybe a week later. I've completely lost track of time due to Vlogmas, and I know I'm missing videos, but whatever. So over here we have the day gecko enclosure, which means we know what all of these animals are for the most part. We've got standing eye over here, the Madagascar giant day geckos right here, in the pair of Chihuahua geckos right here, not to mention the crimsons right down there. Means now we just have to figure out what's in that setup, what's in that setup, and what's over there in the living room. So still a few more to go, stay tuned. Take a look at big boy over here. He's just chilling. Let's get a nice little shot of him. Look at him trying to scamper away nice and slow. Can we? Good gecko. Bask in some UVB, absolutely love it. Alright, stay on topic. So over here, yes, we do have the Madagascar giant day geckos, and these guys are absolutely stunning. Neon Dreek day geckos, looks like the stereotypical Gecko gecko, absolutely fantastic. Pretty similar to the crimson line. The only main difference is the fact that the crimson line are gonna have a lot more bolder tiger stripes, whereas the giant day geckos are gonna be mostly green, which is a little bit red on the back, but not exacerbated. Maybe I said it right that time, as the crimson lines are. And to be honest, I'm not digging the 12x12x18 for them. I think it's too small. I don't really dig. I mean, yeah, they got plenty of room. It's a gecko that's about this big, and you know, they have like all of that. But I just don't feel like it's big enough. So we're actually gonna be playing some musical chairs. I have a different enclosure. It's going to be an 18x18x36 for the standing eye geckos that we have right here. So they are gonna be moved. I'll put the enclosure like probably right here. I'll move the ball python baby rack out of here. And so we'll have the standing eyes here, and then we'll have the day geckos in this 18x18x24. At that point, we'll probably move the babies up into this one to make it a little bit more symmetrical, and then that way I do have a spare 10-gallon enclosure for if the Chihuahua pair gets a little bit rough, we need to separate for a little bit, let them cool off, and then try again. So I want to have that backup enclosure ready, and I think that's what we're gonna do. So these guys are gonna be moving slightly to the left, and these guys gonna be moved slightly up, and then we should be all set. I think that is all to be said about these day geckos. Absolutely fantastic. I love how this shelf looks, dude. Let me just suck in my gut a little bit. Look at that. Look at all those brightly lit UVB setups, man. Absolutely dig it. Of course, we are going to be making a couple more changes over here. This gecko rack, I'll make it different, another reptile room tour when I get finished with it, but this thing is going to be moved to this wall with some more shelf units, so it'll just be a wall of crested and gargoyle geckos, and then this wall is going to be for my tokay geckos. We'll have all the tokay gecko setups. We're looking at expanding onto different PVC setups for them, so I'll PVC for the males, aquariums and other glass enclosures for the females, all UVB. It's gonna be awesome. Stay tuned for that. It should be finished in a couple of weeks. I'll have this room fully decked out, and then we'll make another complete gecko room tour during that time. But as always, folks, of course, if you want to see me on a couple more stuff, I'm always on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I was about to say Morph Market, but I'm not on Morph Market. Of course, last but not least, Patreon. Yes, patreon.com/DBCBExotics. This is where you get the up-to-date updates with everything that's going on within my breeding business, DBCB Exotics. This includes first-time look at animals and new projects like this one that's right behind me. You won't even be able to see it, so I don't know why I'm hiding it. There's no way you'll be able to tell what it is. We have that. We've got another project that's chilling out over there. It's not a crested gecko. I'll give you guys a hint right now. It's not a crested gecko, so it's a very exciting stuff. I think you guys are gonna be happy to see. And then, of course, we have the mystery project or mystery pet that is behind me in the living room. A lot of cool stuff. You guys get to see it firsthand on Patreon. First look at my new projects, behind the scenes video, all of that good stuff. There's even tiers where you can get discounts on babies I produce and see them before anyone else. Before we wrap up, I just want to give a huge shout out to our newest Patreon members, Jennifer and Hector. Now, Hector, actually, huge shout out to Hector. He is the second person to get the largest tier or the biggest tier in the DBCB Exotics Patreon thing. Really appreciate it, man. Huge shout out to you. Thank you so much. And as always, folks, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to follow us over here at DBCB Exotics. I will see you next time, but until then, goodbye.